know. We want to address the elephant in the room. Let's talk about it. So, I got a haircut. No, that's not the news. Guys, I went natural. I did. Now, if you're watching this and this is your first time here, welcome. I'm Alexa. I film a lot of content. I started off doing makeup, then it turned into vlogs and then travel, but I do a lot. I do fashion. It's lifestyle. It's lifestyle here. I think it's safe to say that we're at a point where we can call it lifestyle. But if you have been following my channel, welcome back. You're probably like, wait, who is this? Am I following the same girl? I don't remember her. She didn't look like that. I went natural, guys. So I want to tell you about my journey. You're here, it's because you want to know about my journey. You want to know what the heck happened. How did I get to this point right now where you see me with my cute little fro? And I want to tell you guys a little bit about where my head was at, why I chose to do this, why I did it now, what the process was like, how I'm feeling about it in present day, and just give you guys an overview. Before I get started, my sweater is from a brand called Brenda & Cora. I love their boutique. If you follow me on Instagram, which you should if you're not, I will link it down below, but I love them. Absolutely love all their pieces. And plus, it's something that not everybody's wearing. Like, it's a perfect color for the fall. I just love these colors. I love their boutique. I'm not sponsored. I just really love them. And even if I was sponsored, I still love them, and I'm still gonna tell you about them. They're Latina owned. Yes. And so I just love this. It's nice and warm. It's comfortable. It's cute. Like, I love this, like, this neck detail, the cutout. It's giving, okay? It's giving what it needs to give, and that's on period. Anyway, that's not what you're here for, though. You're here to hear about my journey. So let's talk about it. How the hell did I end up here? How did this happen? Let's talk about that part. So let me start off by saying, I'll answer the question that most people ask me is, why did you decide to transition? And truthfully speaking, I had no plans to transition. That wasn't a thought for me. From the time that I was 5, from the time I was 5 years old, or maybe 6, I started to get relaxers. You know, I was a dancer when I was younger. I was performing. You know, my mom felt like it was a more manageable hairdo for me. So from the time that I was 5 up until now, I've been getting relaxers all my life. And I never really questioned anything otherwise. It was kind of just like, oh, okay, it's time to get my relaxer. You know, my hair was looking kind of crazy. It's time to get it done. Or I would go and they're like, yeah, it'll be more manageable. Sorry, I feel like I need to adjust my sweater, so don't judge me. But we decided, you know, okay, I'm gonna just keep doing it. And it became a thing. That became my regular thing, where I would just get my relaxers every 4 to 6 weeks. That was what I was doing. You know, and it got to a point where they would ask, you know, hey, you want us to do the roots? Go all the way down. I'm like, yeah, go all the way down. Like, I wanted pin straight hair. I was in this phase. No one could tell me anything. I needed pin straight. I go to the salon. If you're from New York, you go to the Dominican salon, you already know. You know, you tell them, yes, Lacio, like, you know, and they would just go in with the blow dryer and, you know, with the flat iron, depending on what you need. And it made me so happy. I loved my straight hair. I'm gonna try my best to insert pictures as I talk about some of these styles so that you can see my transition and how I ended up here. So when I was younger, I had much longer hair. It was, you know, bra strap length, maybe a little bit longer than bra strap length. And I had my hair like that up until I want to say maybe I was 17, 18. And that was when the bob came out. Now, before I even get to that point, I remember getting my hair done. I remember being that girl that had to have her hair straightened all the time. And there were a few times where I thought, oh, I want curly hair, because I saw that the girls in my school, they had the curly hair. And this is when we were wearing those stupid bra straps for headbands. If you guys know, you know. You went to high school when I did, you know about those stupid bra strap headbands. If I can find a picture of that, I'll post that. But just imagine it with me. So I thought I was cute. You know, I wanted my wet and wavy hair. So I would take literally like the whole tub of gel and sit there and scrunching my hair violently, hoping that something would happen, even though I had fully relaxed hair. The end result was I ended up with like a wavy thing. It was cute. It was cute for what it was, but it wasn't curls. And it never crossed my mind that I had curly hair. Let me just start off by saying that. I got my hair cut for the first time, I think I was 17, and I decided I was gonna get a bob. I think that was the beginning of the end for me, because that was a journey that required a lot of upkeep. Not only was I getting my bob cut done, I also colored my hair at some point. I don't remember if I have pictures of that though. If I do, I'll share it. But I used to dye my hair black. I was dyeing my hair black. I was getting it cut bob. You know, I loved my short bob. It was cute. But it still wasn't fulfilling for me. I would keep changing it. I would dye it different colors or try to dye it different colors. I would have to use the Oops, you know, color lifter to try to get it to be my natural color, then decide, oh, I want to go back to black, and then no. After a while, I had like some light brown situation going on in my head, but I still wasn't happy. And so I just kept straightening it and kept hoping for the best. And I would always look at girls who had curly hair like, damn, I wish I could have that. I spent the entire time in my 20s thinking, I wish I had hair like these young ladies. I wish I could look like that. I wish I had curls. We always want what we don't have, because I think about that and it makes me sad because I wasn't happy with what I had. And I always wanted something more than what I had. And not only that, it also makes me sad because growing up as a woman of color, natural hair or natural hair maintenance wasn't something that was talked about a lot. And so you had women who would rock their natural hair, and I'm like, wow, like that's so cool. I admire them. But I was so stuck on my straight hair until I realized this straight hair of mine is not growing. And it was just staying right here. And no matter what I did, it would not grow. And I would go to my salon, I would, you know, do certain things. I was getting weaves, I was getting braids, I was doing all types of stuff, hoping that it would grow evenly. The front would never want to grow, the back was growing. I looked like I had like a mullet going on. It never really came together. Lo and behold, I don't know what convinced me to reach out to my cousin. I had asked her, you know, because I remembered that she had really nice hair. Like, you know, I know that my cousins, they take care of their hair. So I reached out to one of my cousins and I asked, hey, where do you get your hair done? I need a place, maybe you have something nearby. She suggested a stylist to me. So when I finally spoke with my cousin, she gave me the recommendation of a young lady who is in Harlem. And I said, okay, cool, like no problem, I can go there, that's not an issue. I'll just go and we'll just see. So I went to the studio, had a great experience with her, but as soon as I sat in the chair, she started assessing my hair and she's like, well, you have relaxed hair. I said, okay. I really want to do a silk press. But unfortunately, in order to get a silk press, you need to be a client and have to have your hair washed by them so they can assess the state and condition of your hair. So she kept looking at it and she's like, well, you have relaxed hair. This is a natural hair salon. So we can't style you in a silk press, obviously, because you need to have a style done before we can, you know, start working on flat ironing your hair. We want to make sure that it's healthy before we start applying heat to it. So she asked me, well, what's your vision? What are you envisioning to happen here, you know? And I looked at her and I didn't have an answer. I just kind of felt dumbfounded, like, girl, I don't know, you tell me, you're a pro. You know, but bless her heart, she's the sweetest person ever. She was so patient with me in my state of confusion and cluelessness. And she said, well, you know, we can do a twist out for you and we can just put flexi rods on the ends to curl your ends for you. So we did that and I ended up with the cutest hairdo ever, which you guys will see now because I'm gonna post a picture here or here. I'll post a picture so you can see, but it was so cute. And everybody loved that hairstyle. Even though I had so much shrinkage, it looked so cute. And so I thought, okay, I can do this. So at that moment in time, I think maybe like a month had already passed since I had gotten a relaxer when I went to her finally. So I said, you know what? Maybe I just won't get a relaxer and I'll just see what happens. Over time, we'll just see how my hair adjusts or doesn't adjust. And to be honest, it was kind of like this weird period because I did not know what to do. I wore a lot of buns, I wore a lot of ponytails. I started learning how to do my own rod sets, but I'm not perfect at the flexi rods. Actually, I'm sorry, I misspoke earlier. We did perm, I think I said perm rods. I hope I did. If I didn't, I'm sorry. We used perm rods at the end of my hair, but I started working on doing flexi rod sets on my own hair, which was great. You can see here, the pictures don't do it justice. It was great. But then after a while, I kind of felt like, well, I'm still not happy, because now my hair was starting to resist the products that I was using. It was taking me forever to detangle my hair, because the top wanted one thing, the bottom wanted another thing. It was literally like taking me an hour to sit there and detangle. It was driving me nuts. And I was losing so much hair. I'm like, what is this? Like, this can't be life. So me being me, I took a pair of scissors one day and I said, you know what? I'm gonna chop a little bit. So I started off with a little bit, and then, you know, I was so excited because my sets were looking a little bit better once I started like taking off a little hair. But then I noticed that sometimes it was either hit or miss. Eventually it got to a point where I said, okay, you know what? It's been about 6 months. What are we doing? So I went ahead and did like I would say my first chop. I'm gonna call it my first chop. It wasn't a full chop though. It was like, I gave myself a mullet. And after I cut my hair, I looked so ridiculous. I might have pictures. I will post them. Don't judge me. Don't screenshot them. But I looked ridiculous and I said, oh my God, what did I do? Because I cut the front of my hair way too short, so I couldn't put it back to make a ponytail. But I also didn't like how it looked, and I also still couldn't even use the products that I had for it. So I ended up having to get braids, and hence why I had braids for a few weeks until I could see my stylist to finish the cut. Now, I took the braids out and I was ready to get the cut, and a couple of days before I went in, I said, you know what? Let's just do it. So I went in and did another cut. And that was when I really went ham, because that was when I think I really did my official chop, like the official chop. But, you know, I didn't make it into the salon until that week. I think it was like a day or something that I had between the appointment time. And so I was terrified. I was literally hiding my hair. Thank God, my man is an angel. My baby, my husband, my future husband, he's an angel, because he did not judge me. I looked crazy. I looked like my hair was matted to my head. I looked so ridiculous. And I remember him not saying anything and not judging me. And in my head, I'm like, I look crazy. Just love me though. Because it was at a point where I couldn't even style what I had. I didn't know what to do. I didn't have the right products. My hair was just laying flat. The curls were dead. And I didn't know what was happening, because I was so excited to have this natural hair. And now here I am and my curls are just like, meh. So finally got an appointment. I came in for my appointment that day. I think this would be my 3rd week. So I want to say this was on the 14th, if I remember correctly, October 14th. Had my appointment, came in, and yeah, she went in and we did it. And I will show you the first pictures that I took after I got the chop here. And I still can't believe that I did it. I will say that, I'll say a couple of things. So now that you know why I did it and how I got to this point, I just want to share something that was very, very important. And I feel like I didn't give it enough justice in talking about it. So I'm going to give it its own segment right now. We as women of color, we as women, Black women, Hispanic women, whatever culture, we are conditioned to believe, unfortunately, that straight hair is good hair. That if your hair is straight, it is more manageable. It is more of the highly sought hair, you know, and it doesn't help that we patron beauty supply stores. We buy weaves and yaki and Brazilian and all these things and Japanese and all of these hair textures that for the most part are straight. Yes, you do have people who buy curly hair, but for the most part, people are buying straight hair, or they're manipulating their hair to get straight hair, or they're buying a wig that is straight, or straightening their own. It's sad. It's really, really sad that as a woman of color, we are not embracing women's natural hair, regardless of what texture, what, you know, 6B and 10A and whatever. It doesn't matter what number, it doesn't matter what style. It should be embraced. And it makes me sad to think that as a woman of color, it took me 30 something years to figure out that I had curls. And that no one ever said to me, hey, you know, maybe you should let it rock. You should see what your hair looks like. I regret so many years that I might have missed out on now as an adult, where I could have had my natural hair. Not only that, so many years that I've damaged my own hair, that I've lost so much hair, that how much length I would have had by now had I just left it alone. It really makes me sad. However, things happen for a reason. I'm not complaining. It's brought me here. I have this now, and it's actually growing pretty fast. I feel like from the time I got it to right now, I definitely can see that there's been some growth. I have like more of a tapered cut. I wasn't gonna do that initially, but I felt like, okay, if we're gonna cut it, because I went in and had her completely trim off. I had like little spikes. I looked like a porcupine when I went in, but I had little spikes, and I figured, okay, if we're gonna cut it, like let's cut it into a style. I don't want just like a bowl haircut and then I'm trying to finagle it and make it look good. Just taper my ends and make it look like I actually got a cut from you. Even though technically I did get a cut, but just to like refine it and give me like some kind of depth so I can look like, oh, you know, cool. To be honest, I'm loving it. Like I said, it's only been a few weeks since I did it, so I'm still a little bit new to styling it and what works. I'm not quite here to give you guys like a wash and go routine or anything like that. Not yet. Hopefully more videos, subsequent videos, I'll be able to share how I do that and give you guys my own version of how I do my wash and go, because mine is a little bit random compared to how I see people do it on YouTube. But then again, you know, there's someone for everyone. So who knows, what I'm doing may be working for you, or you may have something that works for me. Again, this is why we're all here to learn. I do have a couple of products that I've been loving, because I have tried several products on both textures, but not so much my curly texture. So I'm working on that. I don't know what texture this is. Don't ask. I don't know. And I don't want to be defined by numbers. I think because I also have more than one texture happening, I think they gave me like an idea of what they are, but because there's so much happening and I need to grow it out to see what's actually happening, I'm not going to define myself by numbers and letters. I'm going to just tell you that I have curls and this is all I wanted. That's it. I just want to see them, and they're here now. And it feels so crazy to wake up every day and see myself in the mirror and go, wow, like that's my hair. It really blows my mind, and I still can't believe that I'm here, but at the same token, I've worked to be here. Do I wish that my journey might have been a little bit longer? Maybe I should have like waited a little bit. Yes and no. I'm kind of happy I did it now. This is kind of gonna get to an awkward phase, and I know it will get awkward, and I'm okay with that because I'm home more often now, so I can go through the awkward phase at home and not feel obligated. Or if I don't feel like doing my hair, I don't have to do it. I don't have to refresh curls. I don't have to do any of that. I can just wake up and just be ready. Like today, I pretty much I woke up and I just kind of refreshed like this section a little bit, and other than that, I was pretty good to go. I didn't have to do too much. I actually prefer when I wrap my hair and it makes the sides flat. I noticed that that's what I like versus having it fully like stretched around, because again, that's leading more towards bowl haircut, and we're not going for that. We're going for edge. So this is like my favorite because the sides are kind of like pushed down. I sleep on my sides, so this stays pretty like up here, and then the sides are just, you know. But yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys. I hope it helps someone. Do I have any tips? That's a question that I'm pretty sure someone's gonna ask me. Do I have any tips? Be patient. Be patient with the process. And something that someone told me that I'm trying to also embrace is learn to embrace your hair at every stage. You know, I loved my hair before. Even though I wasn't fully happy with it, I loved, you know, what I was able to do with it. I loved the versatility, but I also love this now because I can just really wash my hair and wash and go. Not go literally, but I can just run my fingers through it and revive my curls, or just, you know, do a little Elvis Presley or whatever, and I'm good. You know, with the right products, I'm good. I think I'm enjoying this a lot more than my straight hair, I will admit, and I love the fact that when I'm ready, I can straighten it. You know, when it gets long enough to straighten, I can have that back again. So just be patient. Another tip that I would want to give you guys is do not go out and buy every single product that every influencer is using. That was something that I was very, very, very specific on, that I wasn't gonna buy the thing that everybody was using, especially if it was expensive, because you will buy it and you will use it on your two textures and realize that it works for one and not the other. The stuff that I was using pre-chop is not even the products that I'm using now. I mean, maybe they might have worked, but I didn't really have like I didn't have a full line of things. I kind of just had like a shampoo, you know, I had a conditioner, like I had random things. I didn't have products that I could use, like an oil. I didn't have a leave-in. I didn't even have a deep conditioner when I started, to be honest. I was kind of just winging it. So definitely, you know, put together your essentials, but you can also go with brands like Shea Moisture. One of my favorites is Mael. I used Mael for my entire transition. Before my big chop, I used Mael Organics. Camille Rose is also another good brand. What is it? Curls, the Blueberry Bliss Curls brand. I've heard is really good. I've seen people use like TGIN, As I Am. What else? I just see a lot of people, Curlsmith. There's so many brands, you know, Auntie Jessie's, so many brands that you could look into. I say try a few things that are not super expensive and won't break the bank, and see how you feel about them. If you feel like, okay, this is working, I like this, then continue using those products. But don't feel pressured to get what everyone's using. Don't stress yourself. Don't make it a thing. I think it's just get what's affordable. Try that out, see how you feel about it while you're transitioning. Once you do the chop, or once you fully transition into your natural hair, then you can look more into what you will need, because those are going to be your regular everyday products. So that's what I did. Right now I have a mix. Again, I don't have just everything from one line. It's literally different products. I think I have 4 different products that I'm using from 4 different companies. So don't feel like you have to commit and marry yourself to one brand. You can use whatever you like, whatever makes you happy, and whatever will work well with your hair. Also, another big thing that I wanted to mention is really focus on moisturizing. That's the biggest thing here. The key is moisture. I wasn't someone that used like oils and things like that, but now every day I try to put argan oil or something into my hair and just massage it in. This way I can continue to have the moisture and the juicy curls that you guys see. Is there anything else that I wanted to share? I don't think so. I don't know. I feel like that's everything. I think that's everything. If you guys have questions, leave them down below for me. I will definitely respond to them. I don't know what else I'm gonna say. I don't know what else I'm gonna do just yet with this journey. I don't know if I'm going to share it on YouTube or keep it really just on Instagram. I don't know. But I think that it would be worth me coming more on here and sharing more of my journey and things that I find, or maybe even techniques that I find. I'm not at the point of like twist outs and braid outs. I don't have enough hair for that right now. Literally my wash and goes are the best things ever, because I can just do this super quick and not have to worry about it. So while I style my teeny weeny afro, I will try to find ways to make it interesting. But if you guys have suggestions on things that you would want to see, or content that I can provide, or anything, leave it down below. I thank you guys for watching this video. If you're here till the end, I appreciate you, because I know I talk a lot, but it's okay. We all do. And yeah, stay tuned for more content on something. See you guys. Thanks for watching.